Shikara Part 8. In the days that followed Shikara's burial, the village came alive with stories of his bravery. Children whispered his name at night, and hunters spoke of how he had faced the great northern wolves without fear. The villagers gathered at his grave and placed flowers, gourds of palm wine, and tokens of respect. The elders declared him a hero. Upon his grave, they carved the words, "Here rests Shikara, the guardian of the village." Mago stood silently as the inscription was made, tears filling his eyes. His heart was heavy, but he felt proud that his loyal friend had not only saved him, but had saved the entire village. Weeks later, life stirred again in Mago's home. Lyra gave birth to 3 beautiful puppies. 2 bore her brown, glossy coat, but one carried the same black and brown markings as Shikara, right down to the band of fur around his neck where the old bandana had once rested. When Mago saw the pup, he dropped to his knees. His hands trembled as he lifted the tiny dog, staring into its bright, sharp eyes. A smile broke through his tears. "Shikara," he whispered, "you came back to me." From that day, though he loved all 3 pups, his heart clung most tightly to the one that bore Shikara's likeness. He named him without hesitation, Shikara, and promised never again to let him out of his sight. Mago changed after that. He hung up his hunting rifle and no longer ventured into the deep forest. Instead, he tended his small meat shop in the village square, buying from other hunters. Every morning, he tied his wrapper, lifted his basket, and set off, with little Shikara trotting faithfully at his heels. Everywhere Mago went, the pup went too, through the markets, by the riverside, into the fields. The villagers smiled when they saw them. "Look," they would say, "the great Shikara walks again beside his master." And truly, they were inseparable. At night, the pup curled against Mago's chest, just as the old Shikara had once done after long hunts. By day, he barked at strangers, guarded the shop, and followed his master step for step, as though the bond had never been broken. For Mago, grief turned into gratitude. He thanked the heavens for giving him a second chance, for returning the spirit of his companion in new flesh. Though the first Shikara slept beneath the earth, his courage and love now lived on. And so the story of Shikara ended, not in death, but in rebirth. For as long as Mago lived, so too would the name of Shikara, the dog who was more than a dog, a friend, a protector, and a legend. The end.